Good evening and welcome to Banana Republic. You know, I come to you tonight with a heavy heart, folks, because at just past the 6-month mark in his administration, President Barack Obama may have officially jumped the shark. Yes, despite the stirring campaign rhetoric about the can-do spirit of American renewal, thus far he's largely governed as a cautious, centrist politician, afraid to alienate the public. So whatever his bold dreams of being the next Lincoln or FDR, thus far, it's been pretty much business as usual. Now, any sane man would tread lightly while learning the Washington ropes from inside the White House, so I don't fault the Prez for, say, wanting in his heart to close down Guantanamo Bay maybe someday, a year more down the road when it's safe. And I don't decry Brother Barack for not even wanting to necessarily investigate those in the last administration who gleefully and with malice of forethought shredded the U.S. Constitution with their massive programs of spying on everyday American citizens at home and routinely abusing detainees abroad, most for the so-called crime of being rounded up in arbitrary dragnets. Both these things taking place on an unimaginable scale that would give Big Brother a massive Orwellian Woody. But hey, I can understand the president wanting to put the recent unpleasantness behind it. After all, his plate is full, and besides, only losers ever get tried for war crimes. Now, nor do I scorn our fearless leader for thus far botching the health care reform, although Mr. Yes I Can, or Yes We Can, decided that no he can't, at least as far as coming up with his own plan, so he outsourced all the heavy lifting to Congress. Now, I find it hard to believe that our 21st century Honest Abe can't do better than Mensa candidates like Harry Reid or Miss Pelosi, and yet leaving the details to Congress is kind of the reverse Clinton strategy. Do the opposite of whatever the Clintons did in '94. So at least in theory that makes sense. So no, I'm not going to walk the plank on the Prez, even though thus far he's losing an argument to the Palin Party and the insurance companies. But no, the awful moment of possible epiphany came last week when it was revealed that maybe, I'm not saying for sure, but maybe at core, Mr. Obama is just another hollow hack politician, and it came during the vaunted beer summit at the White House. Now, the gesture of getting the prof and the cop together for a cold brewski was a good one. Nice save after the little hoof and mouth moment about calling the cop stupid. So that was a good idea. But say it ain't so, Barack. Say it ain't so, because I refuse to believe that Barack Obama, one of the coolest cats to ever dazzle D.C., drinks Bud Light. I mean, come on, that weak dishwater is one of the worst swills ever fostered off on the drinking public. I just don't believe it. I mean, yeah, if he'd said, "Yeah, I'm going to crack me out," a 40-ounce St. Ives that would have, won him some street cred. I think on the weekends, maybe him and Michelle, have a little nice French Beaujolais, maybe a little bit of Hennessy. But Bud Light? Blah! I mean, it's pure political spin, boys and girls. I'm guessing this was focus grouped by Rahm Emanuel or maybe David Axelrod to come up with the most innocuous choice to appeal to those Midwestern so-called Reagan Democrats, Democrats I should say. But maybe I'm wrong. And it's been years since I've had a Bud Light. Maybe they perfected the noxious stuff after all the years. So purely for the purpose of journalistic credibility, I went out and bought one. Haven't tasted it yet, but here it is. We'll give it a taste right now here live on camera and see. Maybe it's better than I recall. Oh, yeah, that's nasty. Nope, I was right all along. Horrible, horrible stuff. And Barack Obama does not drink that stuff in real life. You cannot convince me otherwise. And the fact that the President of the United States feels compelled to pimp that nasty Clydesdale urine for political points in the country that gave the world moonshine and bathtub gin, just further proof that we're rapidly devolving into a no-taste banana republic.